My name is Dan Heitzman. I've been working with Houston since 2008, so that's it'll be 15 years next month, I believe. This month, actually, on the 18th, 15 years. So that's exciting. I started in Minot, here in Minot, and I worked here for 4 years. And then I transferred back to my hometown of Bismarck in 2012. And I've been there ever since. And I work in water supply, uh, mainly work with the Turtle Mountain Tribe on their water system. So that's been my bread and butter for the last 7, 8 years or so. Well, when I started in Minot, I was thrown on the NOS project right away, and that was what I found to be my passion, I guess, is water supply, treatment, distribution. That's what I did best in school, and the Turtle Mountain projects are basically just a counterpart to that. Same type of work, a lot of just distribution, supply, and treatment. So it's the same type of work, just on a smaller scale. And so yeah, it's been a perfect fit for me. What I enjoy most about working at Houston is the work itself is challenging, and it's very rewarding once you've gone through it and put your heart and soul into these projects, and then you can sit back and look and feel good about the work you're doing and feel satisfied about the work. And so it's not so much the work itself as the overall picture when you're done with it and the improvements you make to your community. It's my favorite thing. Houston helps me with my work-life balance from day one. As a young engineer, they utilize my ability to work many hours, and that's what I wanted to do when I was younger, is work as many hours as I could. And I was doing that. And then when I got older and I started having a family and married with kids, it was a natural transition. There was no questions asked. It was, what's your family life situation first, and we'll mix in work however we can. I would say it's a tight. When I started, there was just over 100 and some employees, and so I've seen us grow and double in size. And I can say that the culture is very family oriented, and we are truly a team and a family. We work on things. We work together. We tackle the problem from start to finish together as a family. And I can say that because I've been to multiple offices and I've worked with dozens of different people. In the way that we hire the right type of people to get the project done right. Seller doer means to me from the start is you're taking ownership in the project from the infancy stages. So when I was a young engineer, you get pushed into a project. You don't really understand how this came to be. There's the funding aspects, it's the relationship building with the client, and then you have to start identifying the deficiencies and problems that you're going to tackle. So it's easy just to jump right into a design. It's not so easy to turn it into a multi-year master plan type where you're working with the same client in and out on different projects. So to me, it's relationship building, and it's understanding the true mechanisms of how projects are being created. I would say to anybody considering Houston, I would definitely ask yourself the question, where do you want to be by the time you're retired, as far as satisfaction level, and consider all things with retirement in mind as well. Uh, this I can say this company is taking care of me as a very young, naive individual, and giving me the right advice and guidance and opportunities to really grow personally and professionally. And really ask yourself that question, because time goes by fast, and before you know it, you may have given up some of your better years to a company that's not the best fit for you. My advice to a young engineer would be to get as much exposure and experience in a broad array of projects and work types and tasks. Go surveying, do design, get out on a project and be an observer and get in the drafting room and just try everything, because you're going to find out that there are things that you are good at that you feared or tried to ignore or omit from your workload, and that you will truly enjoy. And that may be your asset, that your main asset that you bring to the table. So there's just try things out. It's okay to fail. It's okay to not like something, but if you don't try it, you'll never know. What drew me to Houston was I was just randomly doing interviews out after I graduated, and I did have a handful of interested parties. But when I came to Fargo and I interviewed Kevin and Sherwin, I got a different sense, and it's hard to really put it into words, but it felt more like a family type situation where they cared about you. They started asking questions about my personal life and what I want to do and things like that. Not as much questions about my GPA and things like that. So it was just more of a hunch feeling that turned out to be right than anything else. But it was nonetheless it was impactful. What do I like to do outside of work? I guess these days it's play with the kids and get outside. North Dakota, enjoy the beautiful summers that we have here. Get on the water as much as I can. Get outside, go hunting, walking, hiking, things of that nature. Because when the winter hits, it's bunker down time. So I really try to enjoy the outside life as much as I can. What is something interesting about me that people may not know is I fancy myself to be a pretty good cook and grilling master. Started more with grilling, turning into cooking, and now it's more of a competition between me and my wife, who can come up with the best meal for Friday night or something like that. So that's something that it's turned into a passion, borderline obsessive passion of mine.